some things are not tallying, that can get you a rejection. There is also health insurance. Ensure you include those documents in your visa process. Forget about student visa. If they say 1 to 2 days, is a lie. Every information is on the internet that they will take care of you every month. They will give you accounts that is blocked. It could be expatrio. That is an official letter from your German universities. 4 a.m. Why so early? Documents that you submitted are not matching. Unfortunately for me, on the day I was supposed to receive the
I am becoming God's prodigy. I am becoming God's prodigy.
Hi, hello. Welcome back, my OG Bubbies. But if you are new here, hi, my name is Betty. Welcome to Bits of Betty, the little corner of the internet where we laugh, cry, overthink, and somehow make it funny. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button to officially become a Bubby. And trust me, you are not going to regret it. So today I want to share my full student visa interview with the German embassy in Ghana because what? You guys requested for it, and here it is, guys. So if you are planning to come to Germany and you've gained admission into a German university and you want to understand the process and how long it can take, just stay chill, get a glass of wine, juice, mine is milk, and let's talk about it because mine was a whole Netflix series journey and you are going to enjoy it. Let me just take a sip first. Okay, so I'm going to start from the beginning to London in Germany. I had to go get my lamp because it's getting dark and I need to record this video, else you guys are going to be mad at me. So how it all started. I applied for my student visa in January 2025 and you guys, I was on the waiting list. That was on the old system, to be precise, on the old system that before the new Consular Portal came recently. And I waited through February, March, April, and May. I received an email from the German embassy in Ghana, and they said I should switch to the Consular Portal. That is the new portal that was made to hasten the process and everything. So before the application will go through, you have to make sure you submit every document, including the blocked account or the sponsorship letter. And if you're on a scholarship, yours is even way better. But then I plan to use a block account. And mind you, on the old system, you can apply and work towards the block account before the appointment date for interview. But then on the new system, you have to make sure you have every document ready to apply. And I was missing out the block account because I wasn't prepared yet. I was still working towards it. We were given a deadline and it was just a week. Oh my goodness. And the message came and the only time I had was a week to the deadline. So immediately the message came, I spoke with my mother. We were all worried. Yeah, before I continue, let me say this. So we, those that received the email, we were categorized as priority because we had waited for a long time. And so if you do not meet the deadline, you are going to be in the other list, which is going to take forever to get your appointment. And unfortunately for me, on the day I was supposed to receive the confirmation, the blocked account confirmation, something happened and it didn't come. And that the next day was the deadline. And the deadline came, I couldn't get it. And the portal was closed for the priority category. Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I cried. I waited for a very long time to get to this point and I missed the chance to be part of the priority category. So yes, I cried. And goodness, right after the deadline, I received the blocked account confirmation letter and I went through with the application and submitted everything. So with the Consular Portal, after submitting, you will be on the waiting list, which is going to take 2 weeks. So when I submitted, I was given a waiting list of a year to 2 years to receive an appointment for interview. I was like, oh my God, how am I going to make it? Because I've already missed the semester. So I gained admission in the summer semester. And that started in April, ending of March to April. And I am already in May. Am I going to miss the second semester again? I was so mad and I was so sad. But you know, God is good. Let me just continue from there. So I joined a group. It has to do with international students already in Germany and students that are starting with the application, and those that are already in the application and waiting for their visa. So there's this guy in the group called Eddie. Eddie, if you're watching this, thank you so much. So there's this guy called Eddie in the group who was giving out information, and he's so good. If you ask any question, he's going to reply you. It doesn't matter if he's busy or not. See, this guy, he's going to reply every message, and I was disturbing him because I needed answers. I was so confused. So I messaged him and he was like, I shouldn't worry and I should not be disturbed, and it's going to go through. I should just be patient. And mind you, I was also backing with prayers and all that because yeah, I'm a Christian girly. So when you're on the waiting list, your application hasn't gone through yet. And in 3 weeks, I got a chance to submit to preliminary review. Yeah, that's the word. That word is so hard to mention. Preliminary review. So at that stage, they will go through your documents and your application if everything is correct. If there are mistakes or your documents that you submitted are not matching your application or they are not appropriate, you'll be contacted to either resubmit or work on you getting what you're supposed to get to submit or add to the document you submitted. So I went through preliminary review and I was given a duration of 6 to 1 year. 6 to 1 year. That is the duration they will take for the preliminary review. And I must be honest, I was so scared. I was so scared it's going to take a long time for me to get my visa or to go for the interview to start with. I was so still patient, still disturbing Eddie and all that. And I had people backing me with prayers, my close people backing me with prayers. They know themselves. Thank you guys so much. My family were also backing me in prayers. I will list the tips here for you at the end of the video, so you have to stay tuned. So I was asked mid-July, I was asked to resubmit my enrollment letter. And I think the mistake I did was, that was the enrollment letter I submitted was the one in English. And I'm supposed to submit the original letter. And I also heard that these documents on the consular portal are received by the people, by the BFF in Germany. They go through the processes and give feedbacks to the German embassy in Ghana. So yeah, I was asked to submit the enrollment letter in Deutsch, and I did. Mine was just grace, the grace of God. Right after that correction, just 2 days after, I received an email to select my appointment date for interview. But so the duration from when I uploaded my documents and submitted on the consular portal till when I received my appointment date was exactly 10 weeks, entering into the 11th week, which was very long because every day you are waiting for a message. I put off every notification on my phone, leaving only Gmail because whenever a notification pops on my phone, my heart skips a beat. Like I'm like, is it from the German embassy? Then I'll go and check. So I just had to put off every notification on my phone, leaving only the Gmail. I selected my appointment date. There was 26th, 27th, no 26th, 28th, and 29th of July. And I selected 29th of July because I needed to prepare more. And at that time, I was leaving out of Accra to Western Region. So I can't go immediately after moving from Accra to Western Region. I have to get time to prepare. And so I selected 29th of July. Fast forward, I moved back to Accra 2 days before the interview date. And guys, on the day of interview, I was so calm. I was so chill. I was not nervous because I had literally read everything about Germany. I had chewed every bit, everything about Germany, the population, the surrounding countries, the economy, politics, whatever. What? Read everything about the school, read everything about my course, and even the courses I'll do in winter. I read everything about. I was so much prepared that I was so calm. I was not nervous. I was chill, and I went to the embassy. I arrived at the embassy. I was given the time 7 a.m. to arrive at the embassy, and I got there 6:30 a.m. And guys, when I got there, there were people already there. I heard that. I heard that people came there at 4 a.m. 4 a.m. Why so early? But anyways, I got there, I had my seat. We sat there for quite a long time for them to clean the place, sweep the compound and everything because we were so early. And they cleaned and everything. And around 10 a.m., around 10 a.m. See, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 a.m., 4 hours of waiting. The security man came to ask us to take out the documents, the original documents out of the envelopes we had our papers in, including our passports, and keep them with us so that immediately they call, you just have to rush and go. You don't have to now take it out. He arranged us student visa, opportunity card, family reunion in that categories. And we sat, it does not matter if you are sitting in front or at the back because they are going to call you according to the appointment number. Now, let me drink. My throat is dry. Okay. Now, the attention was only given to family reunion and the others. Student visa applicants, we were still sitting. It was around 1 p.m. that they started calling student visa applicants. I was so hungry. Mind you, I had not eaten because I arrived there at 6:30 a.m. I was thinking by 8, 9 a.m. I'll be done and I'll head home to eat and then, around 1, that was when they started calling student visa applicants, 1 p.m. And there is a counter at the entrance. They will mention your name there, then you go there, submit your documents, and then I don't know what they will go and do, whether check through, I don't know. Then you will go and sit down. They will call you again for your documents and then you go for it. So if you go for your documents, then that means you are entering inside. And people were going, people were going, people were going. I was sitting down, guys. I went there 6:30 a.m. But people that came late were also going. I'm like, why? Anyways, I was chill because I knew that I must have this interview today, no matter what. So I'm going to have it, even if it's late in the night. And the German embassy closes at 4 p.m. And finally, they called me. I submitted my documents to the counter at the entrance, came to sit down, and after a long time, they called me to enter. I took my documents and I entered. If you are entering, you are not taking smartwatches, your phones, anything electronic, you are not taking it inside. So there's what's this thing called? The thing you keep your bags inside with a locker. So there's a locker that you keep your things inside, including your phone, your handbag, you are not holding anything except your documents and maybe a handkerchief you have with you. And then I kept everything inside. Now I entered. Initially, I was thinking that the moment you enter, you are going to see the VO, the visa officer. Not knowing when you enter, there is also a waiting line where you'll go and sit. I did not know. So, but then that place was comfortable because there was an AC. There are counters. It's more like tellers. Like when you go to the bank, how there are teller 1, teller 2, teller, yeah. So here there are counters, and each counter had a door. So when someone is inside and is being interviewed, you are not going to see whatever is going on. You probably will not even hear what is going on. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. I think 4 goes for family reunion and 3 goes for opportunity card. I'm not so certain, but I'm certain about the family reunion because yeah, I see some people in the family reunion queue that were entering into that room. Then the second one, I don't know. Then the first one was for the student visa applicants. Guys, I was the last person that was left outside. So when I entered, I was still the last person. I was counting the minutes everyone spent inside. Some spent 10 minutes, 10 minutes. Then it reduced to 8 minutes. Then it reduced to 6 minutes. And when it was getting to the time for them to close, it started going to 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 5 minutes, but it did not drop from 5 minutes. There was one guy after me. The reason why there was one guy after me, even though I was the last person, is because this guy was asked to go print something out and submit. So when I was going to the lady, the second counter had finished, and then the third, fourth had finished. But in the second counter, the guy was already there. VO was already inside. The officer was already inside. So he then started helping the counter 1 do the interview. And so it was my turn to go to counter 1. And then the lady was a lady that was there. She asked that the guy should come because she had already seen the guy and asked him to go print out something so that I will go to counter 2. I got scared because you are the one interviewing student visa applicants. Who am I going here? It's going to be difficult for me. But I trusted God. I trusted God. And it was a guy. So when I went inside, he smiled and he was like, oh, oh, hi, good morning. So I'm editing and I realized I didn't include this. That's it there. And so when you enter into the counter, you lock the door behind you. There's a glass separating you and the visa officer. If you do not speak into the mic that is in front of you, there's a small, tiny, long mic. If you don't speak into the mic, he's not going to hear anything you're saying. So you speak into the mic, and he has this headphone on that he will listen to you. Yeah. Yeah. So when I got inside, he smiled at me. He looked at me and smiled and was like, "You must be tired." And I was like, "I'm so tired because I came here 6:30 and I'm the last person here." He laughed and he was like, "Don't worry, I'm gonna finish everything fast for you to go. You must be hungry." And I said, "Yes, I'm so famished." And then he said, "Oh, don't worry." And here comes the questions he asked. The first question was, "What's your name?" And I mentioned. Then he asked of the name of my school, and I mentioned Hochschule Worms. If you do not know, yeah. And I mentioned. So first my name, the school's name, the courses that I'll be doing. And then he asked and then he asked why Germany, and then I answered. So he only asked four questions, like four questions. I did not panic because I was so much prepared. And he asked only four questions. When he finished, he was like, "Yeah, that's all." Then he said, I said, "Oh, thank you." Then he mentioned my number to confirm. And then he mentioned my email. And then I was like, "Yes." And he said, "Okay, you'll hear from us." And I was like, "Am I done?" And he said, "Oh, yes, you can go and eat now." And I laughed and then I came out. So after the interview, I was hearing news that, because I was part of a group, so I was hearing news that people were receiving their message to come for their passports in a week. Some were receiving in 4 days, in 2 weeks. Guys, let me see. June, July, August. I waited for 8 weeks before I received a call to come for my passport. Every day, I'll be praying, expecting a message. Because we applied on the consular portal, they will give you a message, an email to go check your portal. There's a new message on the portal, so you need to go and check. And every time there's a change in your portal, maybe they're asking for a change in documents, or maybe they're updating your duration, or maybe they are giving you a message for preliminary review, you'll receive an email to go check your portal. But gosh, I had to wait for 8 good weeks. Before that, the people I knew that applied on the consular portal, when they were receiving a message, it came on the consular portal. They received an email to go check their portal. So when they went to check, it was already said there that your visa had been approved. Come come from this date to this date for your passport. This is the type of message that pops up on your portal if your visa is approved. But I did not receive that message. Hey, I did not receive that message. I was always looking forward to that particular message, but I didn't receive that message. Guess what? I received a call. "Hello, is this 𝓑.𝓸 school?" And I was like, "Yes, this is she. Your passport is ready for collection. You can come from Monday to Thursday at 1 p.m. or Friday at 9 a.m. And I was like, "Okay, thank you." Then bing, she hung up. After the call, I didn't know if I should cry or be happy, because that was not the actual way they convey such message. If your visa is approved, you receive this message. I do not know about if it is not approved, because the people that I knew, they all had their visas approved, and this type of message popped up on their portal. So why is mine different? I still trusted God. I cried, I'm not going to lie. I cried. I was in Western region. I wanted to go to Accra in 2 days' time. I was called on the 29th of September after going for the interview on July 29th. It was on 29th September that I was called. So I left Western region on 1st of October. And on 3rd October, I went for my passport. Backstory, on the day I was going for my passport, like I said earlier in my vlog, I had used the washroom like 1,000 times, like countless times, because you see that feeling, oh my god, the noise. You see that feeling that if your yin is shishing you, like if you are panicking, it's like you want to ease yourself. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It happened to me severally because I was so scared. I thought my visa hadn't been approved. Because why would they call me? Why should they call me? Why must they call me and not give me the message? And every time, even after the call, I'll go to the portal and go and check if maybe that message has popped up. But no. I mastered courage. I dressed up nicely. And then I went. So when I went, there were people obviously outside also coming for their passport. And that was part of the queue. It got to my time. We still went to sit in that room where if you sit and wait for your time for the interview. Inside the interview room, like before entering into the counter room. I sat there. People were being rejected. If you are going for your passport and you see a white sheet in your passport, they've rejected you. If you see a paper in your passport, it means they've rejected. If it's like this, it means rejection. If it is only the passport, it means approved. And anyone that comes out of the room, there's paper in their passports. Hey, my heart was doing munche, munche. That room, that there's AC. It was very cold, but I was sweating. On the day of interview, I was wearing my coat, but I was still feeling cold. But on the day of passport collection, I had sleeveless, like short like this, short sleeves on, and I was sweating like I'm not capping. Sweats were dripping off my face. I was sweating because my heart was doing me shake. It was only a few that had their passport approved, had their visa approved. The only thing I kept on saying was, only good can come out of this. Only good can come out of this. I halted everything. I halted my job. I halted everything for this. So if they reject me, hey, where am I going to start from? I was so scared, guys. So on the day of interview, you are required to pay your visa fee. And the visa fee, mine was 975, which was 75 euros. What? Am I right? Yeah, 75 euros. And at that time, it was 975 cedis. So I paid on the day of interview and I was given a big receipt, like an A4 sheet size receipt. And so when you are going for the collection, you take that receipt. That is what you will use to take your passport. Nothing else, no document. If you don't have that, you are not getting your passport. So I had that, and the woman asked me to drop it inside the box, and I dropped it, and then she pulled it and took it out and checked my name. The woman went, and when she was coming, I could feel her footsteps. God, my heart, I was about to faint. So when she came and she was like, "Are you okay?" I said, "Yes, please." Then I saw my passport. That was the happiest day of my life. I saw my passport in her hands, and there was no sheet in between. Then I started smiling. Then she looked at me and shook her head. Then she opened where the stamp is, and she mentioned my name, and I said yes. Then she said, check if everything is correct." And I took it, and I saw my face, and I saw it. Visum is written Visum, stroke like Visum Deutschland. Oh my God! That feeling, hey, that feeling. And she said, you can go outside and check if everything is correct." She was looking at me in a weird way, but you won't understand why. So I got out and I was laughing, I was smiling. So I wasn't the last person outside. There were like 4 guys before me. At that moment, I was so glad. I wished I could dance. Okay. And the security man was like, "Oh, you can now go, you can now go." I was so excited, guys. So when I got out in the middle of the road, I knelt down. I was like, "Thank you, God." Then I called my family. And I was like, "Oh, God has done it. I have gotten the visa." And I was crying. And I was so happy. So now to the preparation and landing in Germany. Immediately, my mother didn't want me to waste time in Ghana. My visa date started from 3rd October. And so that means I can move to Germany from 3rd October. Initially, I wanted to move to Germany on the 8th of October because Turkish Airline had a promo. So that means that the flight tickets would have been lesser. And because I wanted to go with a few of my people. But my mother didn't want me to waste time. So I checked on Turkish Airline on their website and I realized that there was a slot that was a bit cheaper on the 5th of October. And immediately I booked that. And yeah, you saw in the video. If you've not watched the travel vlog, Please, I'm going to link it down in the description, or maybe I don't know how it's done because I'm new with this YouTube thing. I'll link it here. You can tap on it and then watch. That is the travel vlog, because I'm not going to talk much about it. Now, to the tips I have for you, that is if you've made it this far, thank you. So here are the documents that you will need if you're applying for a German student visa in Ghana. So the very most important document is your passport, and your passport should be valid for at least 3 months. The second one is your university admission letter. That is an official letter from your German university stating that you've been granted admission. If you have the enrollment letter, include it as well. Then your proof of financials, and this is the blocked account or your sponsorship letter or scholarship. So with a blocked account, you must have an amount of money, which is 11,940 euros in an account that is blocked. It could be Expatrio or Fintiba. There are other ones, but I do not know about them. I only know about these two. You can do more research on them. Or your sponsorship letter, and that is a letter from a family member in Germany stating that they will take care of you every month. They will give you your feeding, pay for your fees and all that. And this person in Germany should be working and be receiving a good amount of salary every month. And your academic records. Please, if you're coming to Germany and you're in Ghana, I don't know about Nigeria or the other countries, but I think it's quite similar. If you're in Ghana, you should ensure you go for your BECE certificates and your WASI certificate, then your university certificate, your degree certificate, and ensure you have your transcript from the university. So I didn't get the BECE certificate. I had to go to WAEC to request for attestation. Yeah, that's the name. To request for attestation of my BECE certificate, and I had it. So I sent my BECE certificate, my WASI certificate, and my university academic records. That includes the transcript. Then my English proficiency. So as part of the requirements from my school, I needed to prove that I am fluent in English. Though my bachelor was entirely taught in English, I needed to prove. So before, so on my graduation day, I ensured that I had my English proficiency from my university signed and stamped. The documents that you used in applying for your university to gain admission, ensure you include those documents in your visa process, okay? So I included my English proficiency. If your school requested for IELTS or TOEFL, you can, I don't know if it's mentioned TOEFL, you can include it in your visa process. But if it didn't and it required English proficiency, you can as well include it in your visa process. So I added that, then my transcript. Then the next one, which is number what? Which is number 5, is your health insurance. I'm talking from my experience. I did my travel insurance from Star Assurance. That cost me 800 plus. It was not up to 900 cities, 800 plus. The duration was 3 months. And with the travel insurance, there is also health insurance. My health insurance was with TK. TK is Tentika Krankasse. It is here, you can see. So yeah, TK for short, and TK is in Germany. So that is a type of insurance that caters for your hospitals, for your hospital visits. Okay, if you are sick and all that, it is very, very mandatory for the visa process. So I did that, and I did a travel insurance. And then with the travel insurance, I think it has to do with maybe you are traveling and then your luggage is missing, or maybe you fall sick at the airport or in the plane, or there's an accident or something. That insurance is going to cover you up. So yeah, I did that also, which is also crucial. Then the 6th document is your CV, your curriculum vitae, your CV. It is very mandatory. Please, in your CV, include every experience you've done. But with the CV, if some experiences are contradicting with your application, please take them out. And your CV should include your academic background and your professional background. It means your education and maybe some short courses you did, your experiences, your projects, some pitches and presentations you've done that you think is a big deal, you can add them. And then your professional background, which is your work, you can include them. But please, with the CV, you have to be very, very careful. If it is contradicting with your application, the years are not matching and some things are not tallying, that can get you a rejection. The 7th document is your motivation letter. I always say that the motivation letter is you expressing yourself to the people that will grant you the visa. Why you want to study in Germany, what your goals are, why you need that student visa. And so if you are not serious with this, forget to see, one word in the motivation letter can get you a rejection. And so get people to review your motivation letters for you. Okay? If you do not, if your research is not enough, get people to review them for you. I entirely wrote my motivation letter, and the reason why I believe that it was perfect is because I had applied to so many schools earlier on, so I did a lot of research. See, this application, I did bunch of research. If you do not like reading, forget about student visa, forget about traveling. If you do not like reading and doing your own research, forget about traveling, because you're going to need that. And the people that are willing to give you that information to, you have to pay them, because they will do the reading and come and give it to you, or the experience and come and give it to you. So if you do not pay them, they are not going to do it for you for free. It is just a few that have the time to do that for you, because most of them do not have the time. So if they really have to do that for you, you have to pay them, you get. And so if you do not have the money to pay, or you do not want to pay them, do the research yourself, okay? And you're going to be good. Every information is on the internet. Your school, your school's website, they are there. German embassy website, they are there. Okay. Now to the next document, which is document number 8, is your recent passport photo. So with the passport photo in the consular portal, you're not going to put it there. You're going to have it with you on the day of interview, okay, and they are going to take it. That is the passport that they are going to use for your visa stamp. So if that passport is not nice, the picture in your passport for the visa, it will not be nice. I did not even know about it. I was thinking they will use the one I used to apply long time ago, but they didn't. They used that. The person that took that picture, my face was very dark, but I was in a hurry, so I took it like that and sent. That was what they used, and I was looking ugly. But that is not even important, because additional tips, please. Anything you do, Google, research, check their websites for required documents. Check the Consular Portal's website for required documents. I'm going to put their website here. And also, you should ensure you have your documents in the original language. Your admission, your university, your German university admission letter. Have them in in Deutsch, okay, in German, because that is the official letter, okay. And also request for the English translated. They even include it when they are sending it to you. They include both. So when you are submitting, if possible, submit all. Then also, I forgot to say this: if you are using the consular portal and you are submitting your documents, do all your academic records in one document. Put all your academic records in one document, okay, and submit. I'm not going to talk much because I don't want the video to be long. But then if you want more insights on the consular portal, you can let me know in the comment section, and I'll do a separate video for that, okay? Because I don't want the video to be that long. If I am to explain everything concerning the consular portal, it's going to take a long time. So that is it for today. That was my student visa process. And if you are doing this, I want to assure you, do not panic. Be patient. Patience is a virtue. You need to be patient, okay? It's going to take a long time. See, the consular portal, they don't keep their word for the duration. If they say 1 to 2 days, it's a lie. Don't mind them. You just have to be patient. Ensure you are doing everything right. Stay organized. Your documents should be appropriate. See, it's not entirely about prayers. If you are praying kabaye, 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 and your documents are rubbish, you are not going to get it. Okay? These people, they are very keen on that. And do not panic. You are going to get your student visa and join me in Germany, okay? And so if you've made it this far, don't just be a visitor. Hit that subscribe button right now and officially become a Bobby. See, all these plenty talks that I've talked, and you will not subscribe. In fact, I have to be aggressive. If you don't subscribe, you're a wicked person. And I drink on that. I would love to see you again because I have a lot to share. So stay tuned, stay kind, and remember, God's grace always finds a way. Mwah!